Welcome to another Conversation Off the Clock. Hi, I'm Carmina Constantino Torres and this is Casey After Hours.
I always love to say, lifelong activist ako. That sexism, that misogyny, some reason has been part of the everyday struggles of women. Kinagagalit ko talaga. At sabay kinatatakutan. So, yung buong katawan ko, yung buong sikmura ko nagre-rebel against it. Yung talaga, karahasan. Tapos yung pagmamaliit doon. Humina na yung kapasidad natin ma-distinguish ang totoo at kasinungalingan. I've been offered very powerful temptations.
Baka naman boboto lang kayo against her. Kasi nga, ayaw nyo siyang makalaban. You're willing, you're open, how much do you want it? Sino ba ang pwedeng makatalo kay VP Sara? Pag kayo po ang tatanungin, sino ba? Sa dami ng pinagdadaanan ng ating bansa, nakakasabay ka pa ba? Parang nagsanib puwersa ang bigat. Ekonomiya, politika, at pang-araw-araw na pakikibaka, lalo na ng ordinaryong Pilipino. Madalas sinasabi sa atin everything is under control, na may mga nakaupo para magdesisyon, para magpatakbo ng estado, para magtakda ng direksyon ng bayan. But if that is true, then why is it that there's blunder after blunder? The political decibels growing intense by the day, while our lives largely remain the same. Tanong ng marami, may pag-asa pa ba? Dapat ang sagot, dapat meron. Kwentuhang bayan muna tayo with Senator Risa Ontiveros. Senator Risa Ontiveros in the podcast.
Hi, Carmina.
Thank you for inviting. Thank you so much for coming over.
Siyempre naman.
Ang tagal na. Ang tagal na.
Okay.
I think, I was trying to recall in the late 90s.
Oh, wow.
No, we were actually supposed to have a show. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, sayang hindi natuloy.
Hindi, okay lang din.
Okay lang ba? We would have killed each other ba?
No, I remember we were in a photo shoot. They were preparing sa Sky Cable pa noon. But then now my 51-year-old brain can't remember so much anymore. But we
Who
were
looks like a
supposed
41-year-old brain.
we were supposed to have one. But it's just so interesting how you have
Life
evolved
happened.
into this and life happened to you this way.
Oo
So
nga.
much so that you just celebrated your 60th birthday.
Senior na ako.
Imagine. Feel na
No, I
feel mo.
can't. Feel ko, pero I still can't believe it. Parang tuwan-tuwa yung puso ko, but my mind can't completely wrap itself around that.
Tell us why we should be looking forward to.
Well,
day.
for one, si Senate President Tito Soto actually said na in a session, because we were talking about yung Philippine Geriatric Center bill ko yata. Sabi niya, growing old is not a curse, it's a blessing.
It is.
And then naalala ko, I've read some beautiful reflections about growing older na it is a privilege because not everyone gets to enjoy it.
That's true.
So, sobrang napapawaw ako thinking, all right, so here I am at 60.
And at 60, we can safely say, that more than half of your life,
Correct.
you have spent on caring for this country and
Well-
doing whatever you can for this country.
Well, speaking with someone who's from such a family, natutuwa din naman ako at minsan nagugulat isipin, Carmine, I've been an activist for 45 years. So,
Exactly.
yun. Pero when I'm with my college barkada, mayan sasabi kami, gosh, we still feel as young as we were when we were really young. Naalala ko na lang yung edad ko when I wash my face in the morning and see it in the mirror.
Or when you
Diba?
wake up, di ba? Parang
Oo.
kulang. You need about 2 minutes to stretch.
Ganon,
and,
Mitch, di ba?
Meron
May konting
Uy, ano
creep
yan?
na.
Oo. But then, it's very interesting what you just said. You say that you've been an activist for 45 years. That's how you describe yourself.
Yes.
Until now that you are a sitting senator. Why is that?
I always love to say, lifelong activist ako. It's just that the form of being an activist now, sa salitang aktivista, yung political task ko ngayon is being a politician, a legislator, a leader. So, ganon. Pero ang puso, kaluluwa ko, I mean, it makes me the kind of person that I am now in my work. ay dahil naging aktivista ako. If I could sing For Good
Yeah.
from Wicked,
Yes.
I would sing it to my, mentors, inspirations in the movement.
But why is it, Senator Risa, that as you continue to be an activist, even if the platform is kind of different,
Oh, very.
why is it that we see a lot of, these people, kasama natin sa kalsada dati,
Oo.
aktivista, but didn't make that, chose to make a distinction, chose to end that, and proceeded to become politicians
Oo.
in a not so good light.
Yeah, well, sad pag nangyayari yon, no, to any of our companions on that old or that original path. Ewan ko, I guess it's within every person at the moment of birth, na, and every moment that follows, na we always make a choice. And over again, kung okay, panghahawakan ko pa rin ba yung orig na mga inspirasyon ko? And even if life, takes me in different turns, will I stay the same person, believing the same things, cherishing the same dreams, fighting for the same things, even if in different forms? O, yun na nga, minsan kung pag nakakalimot tayo, of course, we all make mistakes.
Yeah.
And I've made mistakes in my time, oh my God. Sometimes we can bring ourselves back from those mistakes or pagkukulang. Minsan, pwede rin tayong maligaw. So, I'm just so grateful na the universe, God, whoever, whatever we want to call it, has somehow kept me grounded, and so I can still live with myself naman.
At meron ka pa rin mukhang ihaharap sa mga anak mo.
Importante sa
That's-
akin yun. Carmina, mama ka rin, magulang ka rin. It's just so important. Kasi when we say ang tao or ang sambayanan, sino yung una? Our families, our loved ones.
Yeah.
So, and yung mga anak ko, yung unang mag-reality check sa akin na, Mama, check this or check that.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah. No, because really, when you think about it, there shouldn't be a distinction between love for family and love for country.
Yes. It's the same love.
It's the same. Kasi pag minahal mo yung pamilya mo, ibig sabihin nun, mamahalin mo yung bansa mo dahil ito ang kakalinga dun sa
Yes.
pamilyang minamahal mo.
Ang ganda nun. Totoo. Oo nga, tama ka. It goes in circles.
Yeah. And vice versa.
And vice versa. So, ang galing. Kung sino tayo in our families, ganun din tayo in the country, and vice versa. So, it makes sense also to keep things simple eh. Mahirap mabuhay, mahirap ang buhay, pero mas mababawasan ang hirap kung we try to keep things simple. We just be the same person we are in our families, with my kids, or with the country. And by the way, naisip ko noon, ang ganda no, na yung mga salita natin, yung mga imagery natin about the things that are most important to us, often female ang lengguwahe.
Yes.
Diba?
Yeah.
Ina, inang kalikasan, inang bayan. Nakakatuwa. So, I think tayo mga babae, we have an into catching and then holding on to that insight. Well, yung mga guys naman, kung i-develop din nila yung feminine side ng personality nila, kaya nila if they would apply themselves to it.
Which brings me to the next question, to the current reality that we face.
Yeah.
Diba? I mean, I for sure you know where I'm gonna go now.
Okay.
45 years devoted to, and a great bulk of that, Senator Risa, and up to now we see it as well, is really just furthering women's rights. Women's rights. So much so that it's now part of the law of the land. Right?
Yes, happy.
Pagkatapos, merong mga binabalik tayo sa dark ages.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gusto tayong ikalad ka rin by our hair from the caves.
how do you explain? What even is the thought process beyond the anger, beyond the initial instinct to utter every curse word we know?
Yeah. Mukhang ito talaga yung not just fight of our lives, but fight of all time. Kasi mula nung sinauna, that sexism, that misogyny, some reason has been part of the everyday struggles of women. Nanunuot sa buto or sa DNA ba yan? Kailangan bunutin yan? Well, every moment, we have to call it out. Kasi ang layo na ng narating ng mga lola natin, mga nanay natin. So, we are unable to continue that struggle. Pero, kailangan ding ipasa natin to the younger women in our lives and all those who will come after them. Akala natin na panalunan na natin.
Yeah.
Kailangan depensahan, kailangan panalunan ulit.
Kaya nga pag-iisipin natin, Senator Risa, no, totoo ang sinasabi na walang revolusyon ang nagtatapos.
Correct.
Patuloy.
Patuloy. Yung kasabihan na revolutionaries on the street, reactionaries in bed. So, yun yung disconnect. Yun yung minsan may dissonance between who we are in public life and who we are in private lives. And palagay ko, yun yung isang pangarap sa buhay, pag-isahin yon.
Yeah.
Be that same person. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Keep it real. Keep it real.
Because we cannot, as women, feel so comfortable in our circle and our community that we built, but only feel so unsafe the moment we step out.
And
Hindi
we
dapat
need
ganon.
and deserve safe spaces everywhere. Yung isa pang kasabihan, di ba? A woman's place is everywhere.
Yeah.
So, kaya, that's why we feel so strongly that therefore we need to make every space, everywhere, safe for all persons, including, and first of all, for us women.
But then there are men who are, and sabihin na rin natin, meron ding mga influential na kababaihan na hindi pa rin nanunuot sa kanila kung ano ba dapat talaga ang tingin sa atin, hindi ba? And these are people with influence. Yung iba kasamahan nyo pa.
Yeah. Well, ibig sabihin, hindi automatic na ipanganak tayong babae na mulat na tayo. Sabi nga ni Simone de Beauvoir, di ba? One is not born a woman, one becomes one. Pwede ring babae ako, pero ako rin pala ay sexist or ako rin pala ay misogynist. Hindi automatic maging feminista dahil lang
Babae ka.
XY yung chromosomes natin, di ba? Or woman of whatever soji, it doesn't mean automatically na sensitive din sa kabaro. So, it's something we need to be aware of na, ay, importante pala to. And then, becomes part of our life work na, maging sana akong klaseng ganyang tao or ganong klaseng babae.
You know, you started as an activist, now you're still an activist, but on a different platform. Senator Risa, you've seen a lot of things.
Yeah.
In and outside of the chamber that you belong to now. What's the worst you've seen? Siguro i-premise natin sa sitwasyon ng nangyayari sa atin ngayon, no? Ano yung pinaka kinagagalit ninyo? Doon muna tayo.
Pinaka kinagagalit ko talaga at sabay pinaka kinatatakutan. So, yung buong katawan ko, yung buong sikmura ko nagre-rebel against it. Yung ano talaga, karahasan. Tapos yung pagmamaliit doon. Kaya for me, the worst moments so far, or moments, have been pag yung usapin ay yung extrajudicial killings and then minimize or pinagtatawanan. Can you imagine? Or gina-justify, dinedepensahan. For me, bangungot yun. Na anong klaseng mga tao magiging tayo? Anong klaseng bansa? Pag ito na yung ugali natin about this kind of violence, mass murder.
How did we get there?
I know! How did we get here?
How did we
And kaya interesting yung isang article, di ba, online na it came from a writer in another country pa, hindi dito. Or was it someone reflecting on the ICC process na kailangan daw nating mga Pilipino ng de-Dutertefication. So, bagong noun dahil lang sa terribleng kasaysayang pinagdaanan natin.
I remember, and this is not verbatim, but when I was listening to the opening statements of Attorney Joel Butuyan at the ICC, meron siyang sinabi na hindi naman ito para lang sa biktima, mga biktima, pero para din sa mga taga-suporta na makita nila kung ano ba talaga ang nangyari. And that, when I go out and, people ask me about it, it's the same question. Why is it? And I want to ask you the same question. Why is it that those who continue to support cannot seem to feel and see the gravity of what has been done? Ano sa tingin nyo yung rason bakit hindi nila makita na mga kababayan nating lahat ang pinaslang?
Malalim na yun ha. Malalim na. So siguro, pag pilit kong iniintindi, I have to try to understand na may mas malalim pa that speaks to them kung bakit meron pa rin silang pananalig sa taong yon. And it's important na maintindihan natin yun kasi how will we ever find our way back to each other again, mga kapwa Pilipino, across that terrible divide? Iniisip ko na lang na siguro meron talagang sinasabi or meron talagang sinisignify yung taong iyon sa kanila. I mean, the former president, who was the architect of the extrajudicial killings, somehow siguro he means something to them na mahalaga pa rin sa kanila. So, panghahawakan kaya nila in the face of the terrible killings. Kaya siguro yung depensa ay hindi totoo yan. Fake news yung EJ case. Some kind of bond na hindi natin matatanggal sa psychology ng tao. We have to understand it. Para we have to find a moment. Hindi na ito usapin ng kumbinsihan Para sa akin, tingin ko kailangan manggaling sa kanila. If there will be a moment of some kind of realization na magiging opening naman para sa atin who condemn the EJ case, makahanap ng paraan to bridge that terrible divide.
You know what's very interesting and what you just said, Senator Risa, is that you continue to hope that we will find our way back to each other again. I mean, that's what you just said.
I know.
But you also, in the same breath, say and recognize that there is this divide. Merong mga iba na hindi na susubukan pa. Tumingin man lang sa kabilang bakod. Pero bakit importante po sa inyo na intindihin sila? You're speaking of empathy here towards a group that has been nothing but vicious to you.
Nagkataon, pinanganak tayong lahat ng mga Pilipino. Nagkataon, pinanganak tayong lahat sa Pilipinas. So, no choice na we're in the same geographical space. Iisa ang mga kasaysayan natin sa bansang ito. Dumaan tayo sa terribleng yugto na yan ni Duterte ng mga EJ case. Na para sa akin, bottom line no way in heaven or hell pwede kong i-justify yun. Habang buhay, ilalaban ko talaga na tumindig kasama ng mga balo, mga ulila ng EJ case. But in the same breath, I have to recognize na may ibang mga tao na Pilipino din who are sharing the space with us and will have a common future. So, will it be forever a future of enmity dahil walang hustisya? And bottom line din sa akin yun Hindi pwedeng walang hustisya. Kailangan may hustisya. So, will our common future be forever one of terrible and justified disunity? O makakaisip ba tayo ng paraan? Hindi ko pa alam kung papaano. Makahanap ng paraan to identify a common problem, work on it together, form a solution, implement and benefit from a solution together na para mabigyan tayo ng panahon to come to terms with EJ case na bottom line para sa atin. At hanggang sa ngayon, sa tingin nila, fake news lang. Hindi ko alam Parang langit at lupa, langit at impyerno ang distansya Pero kailangan nating i-recognize na nandun yun and ang sakit ang sakit na it's a real parang nahahati yung puso natin.
I mean, you talk about the impunity.
Yeah.
You talk about the massive corruption scandal.
Oh, yeah.
Diba?
Oo.
And then, of course, kitang-kita nyo din from where you sit the spins
Oh my God.
and the operations
Yes.
that have been
Nako.
going on. What makes it so easy for those who are responsible to do all of these hurtful, evil things to our
Evil
country?
talaga.
Diba?
Yeah.
And what makes it so hard for them to see na mali ito?
Yeah, mali. I don't know.
You walk with them.
Yeah.
You share the same air with these people.
Di ko alam kung bakit. Kasi paulit-ulit na natin naranasan to eh. Paulit-ulit na tinuro sa atin yung mapait na leksyon yan. Hannah Arendt, Banality of Evil, di ba? Tapos yung kasaysayan ni Goebbels and yung mga propaganda ng mga nakaraang mga rehimen all over the world, mga diktadura, mga batas militar, etc. And tapos eto na naman tayo, the most recent yugto ng fake news, disinformation, tumawid hanggang sa panahon ngayon with the AI and the deepfakes, etc. For me, the worst casualty, even more than yung mga tulad natin na talagang inatake and in the worst way possible dahil babae tayo, the worst casualty pa talaga has been yung, ewan ko, pagkatao na ba natin bilang tao? Hindi lang tayo mga Pinoy, all over the world, na humina na yung kapasidad natin ma-distinguish ang totoo at kasinungalingan. Tapos naging mas madali na magsinungaling. Then because of that same impunity in politics, in personal life, kung troll tayo, kung fake news disseminator, kung fake news content creator tayo, kung nag-fabricate tayo ng mga deepfakes through our expertise in technology, mas madali sa atin na hindi na tayo naaantig. Hindi tayo nagigilty.
You're talking about across the spectrum, whether you're a troll or a sitting politician, are you talking about survival? That is what is fueling it?
Maybe, but economic survival sa mga iba na walang ibang trabaho, and this is bigger, easier money than going out dito sa ating napaka-problematikong ekonomiya para humanap ng trabaho na kulang ng sweldo, sahod, karapatan, benefits. But survival also, politically. Oo. Kita natin yan. Pero, di ba, when does survival end? And when does yung pagiging gahaman sa kapangyarihan to either stay in or maagaw ulit ang kapangyarihan, step in? Medyo seamless yung transition na yun eh. Pwedeng hindi mo napapansin or magkunwari kang hindi mo napapansin and then nadja-justify mo na lang kasi it becomes virtuous in and of itself eh. Na andito ka na, ba't ka pa aalisin? Or dati nandun ka, gusto mong bumalik.
So, paano mo sila natitiis? Paminsan kaharap mo eh.
Yeah, well,
Paminsan ka,
Oo. Kahit sa politika, may modicum of civility na we strive for. Or pinaka basic na lang, Carmina, yung isipin na ang kaharap ko or kausap ko or na-meet ko dito sa isang event ay tao. So
Okay.
yun, yung humanism natin, may dignidad,
Yeah.
nilikha ng universe o ng Diyos, so tao.
Okay.
Kahit na may mga moments talaga na we really hate each other's guts. Diba?
yeah.
Yun.
But may mga pagkakataon na yung pagkatao nilang yon ay hindi lang nananatili sa kanilang mga sarili. There have been many times as well that they have actually even dared to bring you into their game.
Oh, yeah.
And you've said in some interviews that hindi ka natitinag, di ba? Pero paano kung ang kapalit ay yung advokasya mo? What if they say, join our game, and then we promise you everything that you've set out to do, we will give and support. Paano yun?
I've seen a few films na ganyan ang premise. So, super seductive. 'Di ba? Super seductive. Imbitahin ka nung, yung dominant na sistema, and yung mga spokespersons niyan, yung mga icons niyan, lalatag sa'yo lahat ng resources ng sistemang ito. Ilalatag sa'yo lahat ng levers of power ng sistemang ito. So far,
meron ding
lot-
times na
I've
you found yourself faltering.
I've been approached by I've been offered very powerful temptations. Ang swerte ko na lang, ang blessing ko sa mga moments na yon, hindi mga hindi mga kadiwa natin ang either ang nag-o-offer or hindi sila yung
Ano yung mga offer?
messenger. Oh my, pera talaga.
As
Offers
in
of,
the millions,
oh yeah,
in the billions,
maybe.
flood control projects,
yung mga
kickbacks, ganyan?
yung mga hindi pasyado yung ganon, but kasi I have all the recibos na hello, wala akong ganyan. But yung mga sa mga investigasyon,
Sa Pogo?
mga tipong Pogo issues, offers of friendship, long-term friendship, help, mga ganon. So, appealing dun sa, politiko si Risa na is in here for the long game. And, hirap siya sa maraming advocacies. Laging kailangan mag-mobilize ng resources among like-minded individuals. So, here comes yung mga hindi naman like-minded, pero they want something. So, usually yung offer talaga, the promise of long-term support of a friend na malalim ang bulsa. So, yun. And pag ganon, syempre, tinitingnan ko na ng masama. Parang, are you offering what I think you're offering?
You say that.
Oo, I have said that. Then, sasabihan na siya nung kasama niya, siguro yung advisor niya na, syempre, babasahin yung body language ko, yung facial expression, yung tono ng boses. So sa peripheral vision ko, nakikita ko rin medyo tinatapik-tapik na, atras.
Okay, here's a very interesting point in that kwento of yours. Dalawa lang ang gagawa nun na tao sa'yo eh. Yung isa, ignorant of what you stand for and who you are and what you've been doing all these 45 years, right? And the other, drunk with power.
Yung mga taong ganon were siguro a bit ignorant sa kung ano yung life's work ko so far and a bit overconfident.
Yeah.
Oo. Sa attractiveness nila, sa offer nila. And for sure, may measure of power na nahawak na. At kumbaga may long game din sila. Gusto din nilang palawakin. Gusto
At saka
nilang
merong
patagalin.
umawa sa kanila.
I guess they've experienced that sa sphere nila. Oh.
Let's talk about from there to tactical alliances. Iba rin kasi yun eh.
Oo.
Para ipanalo mo, di ba? Yung susunod na gusto mong pwesto or whatever. There was one hearing that I remember when we talk about tactical alliances when you were across the vice president. At ibinalik niya yung di umanong paglapit niyo daw po sa kanya nung nangangampanya ka. Were you surprised at all when that happened, when she brought up all these things from the past? And what do you think? Was that more of a commentary on you or was that a commentary on her?
I wasn't completely surprised, pero ang gulat ko was parang how low it was brought, yung conversation. Kasi syempre, lalo na nung nagtatrabaho ako dati sa House, hanggang ngayon naman that I'm working the Senate, pag pupunta ako sa ibang syudad or probinsya, SOP, talagang magka-courtesy call ako sa kung sino yung local chief executive. So for sure, nung mayor siya, nagka-courtesy call ako sa kanya. At kapag kampanya, I will ask everyone, including mayors like her then, for help sa kampanya. Anyway, sinabi naman niya na hindi naman niya ako tinulungan. So, hindi ko naintindihan ba't naman niya ako sinisingil at that time na wala daw akong utang na loob. So, I didn't take it as a dig against me kasi transparent naman ako na talagang nagka-courtesy call ako. Talagang humingi ako ng suporta sa lahat ng local government officials tuwing panahon ng kampanya. And by the way, Carmina, maybe yung mga kasama sa Kilusan know this about me. Pinoy na Pinoy ako, marunong akong tumanaw ng utang na loob. And I always try to reciprocate it in the best way that it was also given to me. And usually kasi ang karamihan naman ng tumulong sa akin at tumutulong ay mga kadiwa at mga fellow travelers. So I'm just so happy to repay those debts.
In what way though?
Sa yung karamihan ng tumutulong sa akin, yun na nga, kindred spirits, fellow travelers. So, by remaining faithful sa ipinaglalaban namin, lalo na sa spasyo kong ito. So, I always try na yung i-file ko mga bills, i-reso para investigahan o i-inquire yung mga proposed budget amendments ko during budget debates or the other task na pwedeng gawin sa Senado, mas madalang mga impeachment trials. I always try to pay back my utang na loob by working based dun sa pinaniniwalaan namin. And na sana kahit konting ambag tungo dun sa pangarap na lipunan. Yun.
Very interesting. The past couple of weeks, you said it in a forum that you are willing to participate in the selection process. Kung sino ang magiging standard bearer ng oposisyon. Shortly after, we heard from the Vice President that she is going to gun for the presidency come 2028. After that, impeachment proceedings at the House Justice Committee, ngayon binigyan na ng notice ang pangalawang Pangulo. All of these things, they're not happening in different silos. Magkakaroon ng punto na mag-intersect lahat po ng nangyayari. And you as a sitting senator, how do you think this will all impact your eventual judgment kung humantong nga sa Senado itong impeachment ni Vice President? Kasi Senator Risa, pwedeng sabihin na you were never objective. You've always had a case against her. And here you are saying that you're ready as well to be part of the selection process. Baka naman boboto lang kayo against her kasi nga ayaw niyo siyang makalaban.
Well, she unfortunately has started to say that nung tinanong siya minsan tungkol sa impeachment and then idinugtong niya sa election, tas binanggit yung pangalan ko. Doon ako nagulat kasi sabi ko noon, tinanong din ng Senate media, sabi ko noon, yung impeachment is such an important process. Ito nga, naririnig lang namin sa Senate na may mga complaints silang dinideliberate sa House. For one, nilalagay ko na yung frame of mind ko sa kung mayroon mang impeachment complaint na dumating sa amin sa Senado, I will be a senator judge. And ang obligasyon namin is to be an impartial senator judge. Kasi titimbangin ko pa lang at boboto pa lang ako sa evidence na dun pa lang pipresenta sa amin. None of us have seen even one iota of any of the evidence about any of the grounds that may or may not be transmitted to us. So, sabi ko noon, medyo precious ang impeachment trial Dapat wag siyang ibaba dun lang sa level ng election. Calls for accountability have been raised for the past several years, long before itong patuloy na paghahanda ngayon for the 2028 election. Fortunately or unfortunately, posible talaga na mag-converge yung timelines ng dalawang importanteng proseso ngayon. But I would be the first to say, ang pagsingil ng mamamayan ng accountability sa aming mga elected officials, even our highest elected na pwedeng ma-file ng impeachment complaint. Hindi pwedeng baliwalain yan. At hindi pwedeng i-devalue yan to the level of partisan politics only. So, I don't know, kung magpang-abot yung dalawang proseso ngayon in terms of timeline, we will just have to, in every professional, responsible, mature way, focus on each decision separately, according to the rules, according to yung principles governing each one. Mapa-impeachment man yan, mapa-election man yan. And ako, I am ready to apply myself to both tasks.
What do you think was her motivation for announcing that she's running for the presidency in 2028?
Oh, hindi naman ako nagulat doon yung laman ng anunsyo nila because she has been on the horizon for that.
But the
for the
motivation?
longest time. Hindi ko siya ma-second guess kung ano yung motivation niya. I guess yun yan, maybe making it definite na she's throwing her hat into the ring.
Let's go back to the selection process. Where is it now?
I can't say about all the details. Basta sa panig ko lang, patuloy akong, alongside all my work in the Senate, patuloy din akong naghahanda na, so far, aside from the person we just talked about, wala pa namang ibang nagsasabi na I'm willing, I'm open. Ako, dahil na itanong, nasabi ko na open ako, willing ako. And I am preparing myself na pag naging ako, ilalaban ko talaga ng puspusan.
You're willing, you're open. How much do you want it?
I love being a Filipino, Carmina. I love, like all of us, mahal ko talaga ang Pilipinas. And matagal ng panahon, napapansin ko na idudugtong ko talaga yung personal na mga pangarap ko sa pangarap natin bilang isang bayan. And kapag yan ang maging landas ko, I will want it with all my heart. Mamahalin ko talaga yung responsibilidad na yon.
Is it all or nothing though? Pagkapangulo lang ba ang tinitingnan ninyo?
Whatever task is given to me at this time. Hindi natin napipili kasi yung panahon kung kailan tayo nabubuhay at naging tao. But at least we can choose paano natin gamitin yung panahong iyon. So, kung ano ang hingiin sa akin ng pagkakataon, ng sandaling ito para kay inang bayan, gagawin ko.
Pero Senator Risa, may mga nagsasabi, may mga kanya-kanyang kuro-kuro kung sino ba ang pwedeng makatalo kay VP Sara. Pag kayo po ang tatanungin, sino ba?
Hindi ko pa alam. Basta ang para sa akin, naghahanda ako at gusto kong mangyari na ang oposisyon maghahain ng pinakamalakas na offer possible. So I'm preparing for that and we should all be preparing for that. Ano ba yung pinakamagandang offer na pwede nating iharap sa ating mga kababayan at sa mga botante?
And when you talk about yung pinag-uusapan yung pinakamagandang offer, kasama ba dito ang makasama sa diskusyon ang Marcos administration at ang kanilang mga taya?
Yan hindi ko pa masasabi. Anyway, wala pa namang ganong scenario right now, today, as we speak. Ang sa akin lang, and ito has been my guide for every political situation I've been in also, na kailangan yung mga sinasabi mo kanina, tinatanong mo kanina, mga tactical decisions. Ano ba yung pinaka-importanteng common values na meron ako at yung ibang mga tao at grupo na kausap? Ano din yung level of pragmatism na both kailangan at I can live with after? Kasi syempre, lumalaban tayo para manalo, para yung pangarap natin, the whole dream or part of the dream para sa bayan natin ay pwede nating i-push. And kailangan nasa puso nun, nasa core nun, yung values. So, yun yung iniisip ko. Sa paghahanda, at sa paghahanda natin para sa 2028, ano yung hugis ng pag-combine ng values at saka taktika?
Doon sa paghahanda niyo po, Senator Risa, nasan kayo? Kayo ba ay yung nagkukumpas? O kayo ba yung naghihintay sa kung ano yung sinasabi ng mga nakapaligid po sa inyo?
I think hindi na, ang sense ko sa moment ngayon, hindi na masyadong naghihintayan. And may kani-kanyang kumpas. I think there are parallel efforts going on, which is good. Mas maraming possibilities, the better.
Okay.
So, ang ugali ko ngayon is bilang responsibilidad ko in this, fluid and very important moment na gawin ang lahat kong kayang gawin para maging handa.
Interesting, because I'm
Yeah.
I'm listening to you.
Yeah.
And I know, as you said, naghahanda ka. But I'm also reading that yes, naghahanda ka, but this is not about you.
Not only about me. Definitely not only. Kailangan, it's also about me kasi ako yung tao na, isa sa mga tao na nasa sitwasyon. So, ako yung tao na nasa sitwasyon, but it can't ever be about me only. And all through life, it's never been. I've always been part of a family, and sabi natin kanina, yung pamilya yung unang taong bayan natin eh. So in the end, it's about the taong bayan. It's about sambayanan natin.
And
sa
if you
ibang bayan.
and if the offer is for you to slide down to VP,
As I said, whatever role, whatever task, naghahanda ako para doon. At gagawin ko, mamahalin ko. It's just that sa ngayon, bukod dun sa nag-anunsyo, ako pa lang ang nagsabing open ako, willing ako.
I talk to you now. I mean, we've known each other for a long time, and there was only really that one time that sorry, I was gonna call you Risa.
Yeah,
Senator.
that's my name. Go lang.
There's just really one core memory that I have of you, and that's when I apologize for even bringing this up, but when your husband had died, we were all waiting in the
De la
church.
Estrada.
Yeah, and his remains were not there yet.
Oo.
But you guys came.
We brought him.
Nauna yung kabaong.
Yeah.
Sumunod ka po. And
Carrying Sinta.
there was your eyes. You saw all of us. But you never saw all of us. Tapos, yung mata niyo po, glazed, dazed, which is very different from the eyes that are looking back at me now. Paano niyo narating kung saan kayo ngayon from that, para kayong para kayong lutang na lutang.
I really was.
But now this resolute woman.
Through a lot of tears, a lot of endurance, first 40 days, dun lang kami sa bahay ng mga bata at feeling ko noon, we were moving in plasma. Mabagal, everything was surreal, parang liquid gas or gaseous water. And the years after na, just weaving it into our lives. And from all those tears, staying strong and forgetting nothing para makarating sa panahon ngayon. And we survived. And we women survived too. And so nakarating sa ngayon, mas malakas pa kesa sa dati. At mas desidido pa kesa sa dati.
And do you think, from the situation then to the situation that we have now, everything happening in our country, everything seemingly out of control, no? Pero dahil alam nyo na meron kayong ganun kalaking challenge or paghamon na nalagpasan at ngayon na nararanasin natin ito sa bayan natin. Katulad nga ng sinabi natin, pamilya ang bayan, walang pinagkaiba. But when I ask you now, Senator Risa, saan ba patungo ang bayan na ito? Anong sagot nyo?
Di pa nga nating makitang klaro eh. Pero ang alam ko lang, kailangan hawak kamay tayo, walang bibitaw. Dalhin natin ang bayan natin sa alam nating mas tama at magandang direksyon. Huwag tayong maliligaw na. Huwag tayong mang-iwan ng kapwa-tao. Huwag tayong mang-iwan ng kapwa Pilipino. Kaya natin yan. Yung sinasabi nilang middle income country, sinasabi ngayon ng Canadian Prime Minister, middle powers, pwedeng tayo kasama doon. Isa tayo doon. I mean, don't we want that? I want that. We want that.
Senator Risa Ontiveros, thank you for joining us in the
Thank you,
podcast.
Carmina.
Maraming salamat po.
Salamat.
And that's it for another episode of KC After Hours. You know the drill. Like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.